For the character of actual Susan Cooper, the woman we meet down in the basement, who is a desk jockey, kind of getting Jude Law, Bradley Fine through his day and his adventures. I just wanted it to be a work environment. I mean, she's a person who cares about how she looks, so she dresses pleasantly. She doesn't want to be the slob in the office, and she's got her own little style. But it's very sort of, I'm just here. I don't want to make a big splash. Don't notice me. I'm the pleasant employee who cares about making the company look good, but I'm not going to be too showy. When I do a movie with Melissa, especially, I kind of let her run with it. I have in the script, this is the dumpy look for her, and then she's the cat lady in here, and then kind of Melissa loves wigs and she loves costumes, and so I really kind of let her kind of go and find these things based on that criteria that I had said earlier. And my favorite thing is always she'll send me pictures of her in wigs, and I always open up and just burst out laughing because the wigs are so ridiculous. And when she finds that look that she likes, it's exciting. I'm a really collaborative director. I love to get the input of all my actors and people around me too. I mean, from the writers around me to even people in the crew. I'm just like everybody. I'll take an idea from anywhere, because what I don't want is to just shoot the lines that we have in the script. I want to have alternate jokes, and I want to dig deeper into the characters. I want to see where people's heads are at, and so if they have an idea, that's great. So there's nothing makes me happier when somebody says, "Oh, hey, Paul, can I try one? I have an idea." I'm like, "Go for it." Melissa is just a force of nature. There should be a Hurricane Melissa. But at the same time, Melissa in real life is just this wonderful, unassuming, sweet person. I've never, that I can remember, heard her actually swear in real life. But I get her on camera, and we just can't help ourselves. And the fun thing about this was that, with Susan Cooper, we wanted to make sure that she as a person was more like Melissa. She's this kind of sweet, unassuming person who doesn't swear. But then when she gets out in the field, in order to fit in and to take on these personas, she has to really go for it. I'll write it, or we'll have a script where we write it and work on it, and we'll do rehearsals early on and experiment with different ways she can play it. But then when she finds it, she slips into it, then I can tailor the script around that version of what she wants to do, and so that when she gets to the set, it's just an explosion, and she can just inhabit that character and just come up with lines on the fly and just be in the moment, and I can throw other lines at other actors, and then she can interact and respond to them in a very natural way for that character, because she is that character. Jude Law blew my mind because that was the first thing we shot. The first day of shooting, 2 days of shooting, was the tunnel scene and then his big fight. He wasn't able to get in until the day before we were going to start shooting, and we, through with J.J. Perry and Walter Garcia, had all this prevised stunt work that they did with other stuntmen. So they would film their version of it, and then we'd see, okay, Jude has to do this and that. I watched it and go like, Jude's never going to get this, because I mean, this is like a week's worth of stunt training he's going to have to do. It's a choreography. He showed up, and he nailed everything. I was so in awe, like I'd never seen anything like that. Jason Statham is a god who walks among us. I've been a fan of his from day one. I mean, the first time I saw him in Lock, Stock, I was like, that guy's great. He's funny and this and that. And then just my wife and I would have just seen every single movie of his. Every time one comes out, we just can't wait to see it. When I met Jason the first time, I was really nervous because, like, I know the persona, so I was like, is he going to be tough and he's going to punch me or something? And he was the friendliest guy, just breaking this big smile. We had the greatest, like, hour meeting talking, and just never looked back. And he was so delightful on the set, and he just had the most fun doing these ridiculous, ridiculous lines that we gave him, and he went for it, and he didn't try to be funny, which that's the key to any comedy. Don't try to be funny. Play it dead serious, and he did, and he just nailed it. And he's a wonderful, wonderful guy. Really one of my favorite people in the world. Curtis is the greatest. I mean, he's you hear you're gonna get like a big music star to show up. You go like, oh well, they're gonna show up with a team and there's gonna be people and everything. He just kind of showed up at that hotel and he'd hang out in his room and he was working on all the things in his empire up there. And then he'd come to the set and he'd hang out and he was just so pleasant and fun and just like the most unassuming, sweet guy. I just couldn't get over what a nice guy he was.